Yeah.
Same thing like when I was saying that like my wife's pregnant, like we hadn't told anyone yet. We did tell my family, so it's all good now. But yeah,
and they all found out
listening
to the Christmas show.
Yeah, pretty much. They were all like, "Hey, no, that's what." Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I don't want to necessarily say something that's gonna come back and bite me.
Yeah, that's why I'm jealous of Huel, because like he's his own boss. And, like, who's gonna tell him that he can't go to work anymore? Right. You know, and he's like, "All right, fuck you. I'll go get another job." But all right, you ready?
Well, I was just looking at.
Go ahead.
I was just looking at how, you know, like you scrolling through Twitter, right? They're like, oh, so-and-so like got Me Too'd, whatever it is, something. They said something that now they're under fire and they're like, oh, that person's career's ruined. I'm like, yeah, that person made millions of dollars. I wish that I could make millions of dollars, save it, and then have my quote unquote career ruined and just chill.
Yeah, just chill with my millions of dollars, yeah. My cars, my mansion by the beach, and all the whores. Yeah, absolutely. All right.
I would much rather have my reputation ruined and have the millions of dollars.
You ready to do a show?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, let me hit the music. Hey everybody, welcome to the Rich Dickman Show. It is episode 37, finally. I am your guest host. Once again, I am Rem. I am here. I am alive. And with me tonight, special guest hosting, super sub, super fill-in. It is Ray. You know him from the Christmas special and from episode 33, Ray. Ray, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm still mourning the loss of the Huel Hauser. That was a tough one to take. But you know, may he rest in peace.
Did you bury him next to Fit? Is that where his body rests?
They're both on my mantle. Yeah. Actually,
on your mantle.
Yeah. Because bury is a metaphor for cremate. So. But no. For those of you who are wondering, we did miss last week. We did have a plan to do a New Year's show, but Huel was sick. And unfortunately, he died. So Ray was part of Randy's effort to put together a clip show. And Ray, thank you for your part in that. And I know Randy did most of the work, but I don't want to take away from you either. But thank you for doing that and being part of that project. It sucks that Huel's dead now. Because Huel, he's got a family, he's got young babies to take care of. I hope he had a good life insurance policy. But this is how he would want us to carry on. He would want us to make fun of him dying like a pussy.
Do you know what he died from? Was
pneumonia.
I was going to say like a blister or something like that.
Nope.
That's a real pussy way to go.
It is, but he died your typical alcoholic drug user death.
Oh.
He got pneumonia on the couch and he passed out and died. So,
man. Well, I'm probably next because I think we live a very similar lifestyle. So
oh man,
I'm probably not long for this world.
No, don't do that. Everybody's sick. No, Huel has pneumonia. We found out he was hoping to be better today and he's not. So I gave him the night off again. I will forever make fun of him because I come from a background where you do not call out sick from work. All right. And if you do, you need to expect to get made fun of to no end. I suffered the last week with call outs like 3 of the 5 days. One of them on Christmas Eve, we had a call out and that sucked.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was bullshit. So, Huel, send your best wishes, send your get well wishes to Huel at Wow Huelhauser. And I'm sure he would like them. Let's get him living again so he can be back with us next week for 38 because I know, that's why everybody tunes in. Real quick business. All right. richdickman.com. All your latest and greatest Rich Dickman needs. Yep. Maybe we're going to get back on the YouTube train. I talked to Randy last week about maybe taking that over. And we'll see what happens. We'll talk to Randy a little bit. Get your Rich Dickman Show t-shirts. Go to Amazon.com. Search for Rich Dickman. Ray is wearing the El Abogado t-shirt as we speak. I would wear mine, but I'm not in the warm country of California. I'm in my basement where it's cold as shit. So I'm all bundled up right now. But get your deals on Amazon and dynavap.com. Dynavap.com. Oh shit. It's on our website. Go to our website, use the link, and do your purchases, get 10% off. And then follow producer Ryan on Twitter at Ryan, TRDS Ray, you are at Jules Winfeld, not Winfield, Winfeld.
Correct.
Yep, and I am
Correct.
at Remgar, and we're here. We're going to bring you a little bit of a show. We'll talk about our Christmases and our New Year's, and I have to apologize to you, Ray. On our last original episode, the Christmas special that we recorded, I was very drunk, and as I edited it, I did not remember most of what I said to you, and you announced that you are pregnant, and I kind of shit on it, and I feel bad for that. It's a great occasion with your third child, and I would like to congratulate you officially, Rich Dickman style. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate that. My wife actually just poked her head in here, so maybe I'll tell her that you said that.
Yes. Yeah. And when the baby comes out and you name it Rem, you get I
was going to name it Rich.
Okay, Rich works too. Or Huel.
Richard.
Yeah.
It's going to be a girl, but whatever. No, I'm just kidding. We don't actually know that, so that's totally a joke.
Are you going to find out, or are you going to let it be a surprise?
We will find out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what'll probably happen is we will have somebody find out and then do a gender reveal something because my family likes that.
They just like attention. You're going to put it on Facebook?
Yes.
Ray, you should be Facebook friends with me. Friend me on Facebook.
You know what? Can I tell you this?
Yeah.
I've seen you pop up for years as a friend suggestion.
Shut up. Really?
On Facebook. Yep. Yeah.
How?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but it's been probably for many years. It just showed you, and I could tell it was you because it was you when you were in the rock band. I was on stage, and I'd seen that somewhere else too, the same picture, and I was like, "Oh, really? How's Facebook?" We don't have any other mutual friends or real life friends or anything like that, but somehow Facebook, it had your name there.
You just popped up the other week when I gave you my phone number, and that's the first time I ever saw you pop up as a Facebook friend request. Yeah. So if you've been seeing me for a while, I wonder if we have mutual friends.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That'd be interesting to look. I rarely get on Facebook, and
Facebook's trash.
I don't know.
Fucking trash. Fuck Facebook and fuck Twitter and fuck everything. Everything's stupid, and it just reveals how stupid we are as people. But anyways, friend me on Facebook so I can follow your adventures of childbirth.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll probably, yeah, that'll be fun.
Okay.
That will be a good time.
Yeah.
Well, my family or my in-laws, they're all Hispanic, so they like to throw parties, just throw parties for whatever reason.
Whoa. Stop. Just stop everything. Your wife.
What?
Is she Hispanic?
Yeah.
What kind of Hispanic?
Mexican.
Mexican. Okay. Very cool. All right.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with the Mexican people and their culture. My co-host and my best friend is Mexican. All right. So your wife is Mexican. Your in-laws are all Mexican or Hispanic of some sort. And you are 25% Asian.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
I wish you were more
so
Asian because the fusion of the food would probably be incredible. But I'm disappointed you recently found out you're Asian.
It's so fun. It's been so much fun being oh wait, no, all of a sudden I remember I'm part minority. I don't even. It's just so weird because it doesn't I don't feel different. Nothing actually changed. But nothing changed.
Words changed, and that's what's most important of 2018. Now that we're in 2019, maybe something else will be.
Yeah.
But so let me ask you.
Exactly.
Do your in-laws know that you're mostly Asian now?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I actually, it was pretty funny too. I texted my dad on New Year's, and I was like, "Are we allowed to be offended that everyone's celebrating New Year's right now when Chinese New Year is February 6th?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Nah, we get to celebrate both, so we win."
Fucking
but
awesome.
It's I don't know. We joke about this stuff all the time. When he first told me, I texted him because I didn't know that much about it. He's like, "Yep, so I'm 25%, or he's like, I'm 50% Asian." And I was like, text him I think I'm turning Japanese. And then the next thing I texted him was, "Well, that explains your driving." And then right after that, he said, "Fook you." And so I sent him that Austin Powers, the "Fook you, fook me," little backpacks
fuck
from
me.
those guys.
Yeah. In my experience with Hispanic culture, and I've had many friends who are Puerto Rican and Mexican and even Ecuadorian. I don't even know if that's considered a Hispanic, but let's go with it. Some of them can be very racist. So, did your family, do your in-laws look at you differently now that they know you're Asian?
No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
Let's see. So I'm so bad with this stuff. Nieces, nephews, I get it. It's another language to me, but he's my uncle-in-law, I think. That's the way I'll call him. Mm-hmm. But he's Chinese, like 50% or something like that. And he's married. So he's like part of that too. So, somebody, I won't say who it is, but somebody in my family, it's a little older, has definitely said a few things before that were like, no, we don't want to deal with that type of person. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like we were looking at resumes to replace me at work. Right. Yeah. And they're like, I'm like, here's this one. He's like, nope, definitely not that one. I'm like, okay, yeah. The resume is good, but there's a part of it that definitely struck a chord.
And this was the Mexican in-law?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. So see, everyone calls me crazy and all sorts of names, but I'm always right about these things. It's just fascinating. Like we when you were on the show last time and we talked about how stupid racism is. What you really see is people blaming the white people for being racist, but they forget that all the other cultures that they claim the white people are racist against have their own forms of racism. Like everybody's a little racist because we're a tribal people. Okay, let's ask the Muslims how they feel about various cultures throughout the world.
I know, right? Yeah.
So, anyways, we're not going to go on and on about racism tonight, but I feel the need to kind of to prove that I'm not racist after all the banter.
I mean, I would say, Rem, it takes a racist to know a racist. I mean, come on, if you can spot all these racists.
God damn it! God damn it!
I was when Huel was on Not for Human Consumption. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was dying. Oh. I was dying, but he just went on there guns blazing. Yeah. He just went in there and was like, you shoot you down. You shoot you just bang, bang. Like, oh my God. I can't remember who was calling the intern, but that guy was Dylan. He was completely Dylan. He was so depressed at the end of that.
Poor Dylan.
And then he kept calling you a racist, which was, at the time it was kind of funny.
I don't know if he's allowed to make that joke yet. I haven't met him. So I'll have to have him on the show, I think. Yeah. But no, listen, I think he and I talked about it, but Huel was just, out of his mind. And it was great. And
it was hysterical.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best call-ins I've ever heard to a podcast. And people in their Discord were saying, "Oh my God, this is like the greatest call-in guest ever." He certainly.
I don't think
special.
I don't think they knew what to do. They were just like, "Go with it. Go with it. Is this really happening right now?" Yeah. And then I stopped listening a couple minutes after that because I think they were just in shock. And I was like, "Yeah, I don't think they're going to recover from this."
No, if you listen to them when they read my email. We broke them and it was great. And, I love those guys. NFHC, hell yeah. You gotta have Huel back on. See, they asked me to come on, like barely, not like even officialized. Well, hey, Rem, we have to have you on sometime, which is cool. And I would do it, but I would be nowhere near as entertaining as him. Because
I don't think anyone will be, but
yeah. I was never a good guest on podcasts. When people would have me on, if I didn't take over, I usually kept my mouth shut.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you're a good host. I mean, that's obviously.
I'm not a guest, but that's okay. I do my best. Do you remember? Okay. Now I didn't know if I wanted to talk shit tonight, but I'm gonna.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah. Do you remember the podcast, The Chaos Portal?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So eventually MacGyver took over that podcast and hosted it. And he, MacGyver.
Right,
yeah. I like MacGyver. He's a good dude. But the guy before that was a dude named LeGrayson. All right. And this fucking guy had like the worst presence, the worst voice. He was just so, hey guys, it's the Chaos Portal. I'm your host, LeGrayson. And tonight, we're going to talk about Warcraft. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? So he became a fan, or he was a fan of Triple T or whatever of me. And he had me on. He wanted to say, "Hey, can you come be a guest on the Chaos Portal?" And we can have a couple drinks. He wanted to do Liquor Fueled on the Chaos Portal, right?
Yeah.
So I get in there, and it's him and these two other guys, and I don't remember their names. And if you guys are listening right now, I'm sorry, but I'm about to offend everybody. And the three of them were just like it was a weird feeling because they were just like in awe, like, oh my God, it's Rem, right? And that was a weird feeling to me. As much as I played that little stupid game, hey, I'm an internet celebrity, look at me. I never really felt like it, and I still don't. But it's funny to say. And Jules gets so mad at me when I said it. Anyways, so I was on there, and like there was no direction to this show. So I was like, oh, so they want to do Liquor Fueled, and so they brought me in here to do their song and monkey dance. All right, let's do it. So I started fucking pounding, the whiskey.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And so I made them drink more too because of it. And what was funny is that like Grayson was saying some of the most inappropriate shit. Like really, I couldn't remember exactly what, but I was getting texts in the middle of that live recording because they were broadcasting it live. And like, what am I listening to? What is this guy talking about? I don't even want to listen to the show anymore. It's so offensive. Anyways, look, Grayson, he's a piece of shit. He ended up blocking me on Twitter.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's the best.
Yeah.
That's great.
Back in 2016 when everybody started blocking me. But,
What? You know what? So I was really active in World of Warcraft stuff for a little while there, or just not really active, but was a lurker, and then stopped playing, focused on some other like life.
God bless
and then
you.
kind of got back. Yeah, now I'm moving up the corporate ladder, I guess you could say. But anyway, so now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, all right, well, when I'm running, when I'm exercising, whenever it is, like I like to listen to podcasts, but I don't really pay attention to games anymore. But like, so during that time, what did you do something especially just post Triple T? Did you do something to like piss people off? Or you like,
oh yeah, no, I went against their politics.
which is which is kumbaya.
Yeah,
to everybody,
which is don't be
basically.
my philosophy is don't be kumbaya. Fucking take care of yourself and don't worry about other shit. Take care of you first.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I got a little vocal with it. It's like I was calling out the crybabies left and right. And
Well, and that's
yeah. And then post Triple T when I got pretty nasty on Twitter, because when they started a Patreon, I wanted my share of the money because most of those episodes were still mine.
Yeah.
And maybe Twitter wasn't the right place to do it. Where I said, oh, maybe Fit and I will get a hold of a lawyer. In which case we had Huel. But we never went anywhere with it. But it was fun. It was fun to make those threats and make everybody nervous. Nothing ever came of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get a whole $25 in my back pocket. Fit was really adamant about getting some of that money. Cause he was pissed off when we broke up. Fit was beyond pissed. Like what I loved about Fit was like he would take everything involving me personally. He'd come out swinging in my defense.
Oh, that's sweet.
It was really sweet. So he wanted to go full on, teeth out, Wolverine claws and slash him to pieces. Yes. I didn't have it. I didn't have the heart in me to do it, nor did I have the fight. I just didn't have the fight in me at the time. And it's probably for the best. I mean, what are you going to get for fighting over internet bullshit, right? Nothing.
Yeah. Well, I've thought about that too. Like I have some grudges, some long, festering wounds that I'm still holding on to, but ultimately like
with podcasts,
I don't know. What's the point? No, just life.
Oh, okay.
Like just things back,
I'll totally
don't...
allow you to talk shit about, podcast hosts if you want. So feel free.
Oh, I could probably get into some of that, but it's one of those where it's like, what's the point of like airing your dirty laundry on, like going, what energy level, what are you going to expend on this? Is it really worth it?
Yeah.
But going back to that though, so I had a coach and teacher in high school that said something that stuck with me. It still sticks with me. But he said the only thing you can control in this life is your attitude. Mm-hmm. And it's so true. Like you can't, I don't understand why everyone has to go off and worry about what everyone else is doing and all this shit about, you can do this, you can't do that. Like whatever. Just worry about yourself, worry about your own attitude, worry about taking care of your own shit first. And then everything kind of works itself out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think it's people are just, one, probably bored. And two, looking for attention or something like that, calling everyone out. It's just ridiculous.
Dopamine hits. They want those Twitter dopamine hits, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I think we should save all the refugees. Oh, there's 50 likes. Oh, I feel so important now. Yeah, no, shut up.
Yeah.
You felt that way about refugees. Open up your house and bring 3 of them into your basement and take care of them. Fucking hypocrites.
And that's why, so like talking, so Hawkeye, CTR on, on Twitter. So that's what I saw. I'm not friends with him, but you had liked something that he said. Well, he was up in Chico, which is not very far away from where I am. And he was working at, just doing volunteer work.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, now that is legitimately somebody that they're walking the walk, right?
Yeah. No, he was doing
They're
real work with
actually
the Red
doing
Cross.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Hawkeye is
That's
the man.
the guy that you're like, yeah, that's awesome. I want to shout out to that guy. That's really cool that he's doing that.
Shout out to Hawkeye.
As opposed to all the people that are out there just bullshitting and complaining about stuff that doesn't matter.
And shout out to Hawkeye's wife, who was a big fan of mine on Liquor Fueled. But yes,
cool.
you have a ton of people on Twitter. It's like, oh, we have to save the animals in the forest fire. Retweet to spread awareness. Okay, there's your virtue signal. Thank you very much. You fucking loser. You didn't do shit. Anyways.
I know.
How was your Christmas,
God.
Ray?
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, that's a good transition. Let's see. So I do the crazy Christmas where, Christmas Eve we wake up and do presents for my kids here, save a couple of them, take them to the in-laws. We do Christmas there. We're supposed to open presents over there at midnight. And then from there I drive that night, usually between midnight, after we open presents, right? So usually if we do that at midnight, we talked about it a little earlier this year, but, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, we get 3 o'clock in the morning, we get to my parents' house and then spend the night there, wake up, do Christmas there, drive back home, and then we're good. So my in-laws are between me and my parents are an hour away. So it's not like a shitload of driving. It's just, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And the kids are always just wiped out. The kids are like, yeah, presents. Nap time. Like fucking, they sleep in the car for sure. So, but, it's fun. We did that white elephant. You guys were saying that you didn't know what the white elephant was.
Yeah, I had no
You
idea.
don't know what that is?
I learned when you explained it to me on the Christmas show because I didn't remember what you said, so I learned it in the edit.
Yeah. So basically, we did the two versions. One, we did a $50 version where you buy about a $50 gift, you wrap it, everyone that wants to participate brings them, put them in the middle of the room, and then you draw numbers, and whoever has number one goes first. They open one, and then everyone's like, all right, cool. Number two goes. Basically, they come out, they go, do I want to open a new one? And obviously don't know what it is, or steal. And then there's different ways you can steal. Some people do stuff like you have to roll some dice, play rock, paper, scissors, or you can just steal it, whatever. But, from there, whoever ends up as the third owner of that item, that item's dead. Like that person keeps it. So you're not indefinitely stealing items. So, you got to be a little strategic about it.
Yeah.
But that's pretty fun. I ended up getting like a Ruth's Chris gift card, and we ended up with some, what was it? Red Robin, gift cards or something like that. So, we go out and eat a couple times. It's basically free. So that's pretty cool. And I think we brought like $50 in lotto tickets, and, we put them in a fanny pack that looks like it's got a belly button on it. So It looks like a fat belly. It's kind of funny.
Nice.
But then we do the used white elephant, which that one, you basically just bring something from home or whatever the fuck you want. And the whole point is that it's just funny. It's not supposed to be, like I said, we had this, cappuccino machine that made the rounds for like 4 or 5 years.
Really?
It just kept showing up. Like I would get something one year and I would just put it back in there. Cause I'm like, I don't know why I still have this here. I don't know why I didn't throw it away, but I'll throw it back in here and hope somebody else gets it. But it's always just funny, random. It's just crazy stuff. Somebody actually this year, my sister showed up and she opened she picks this present, opens it, and she's like, "Oh, nice, a waffle maker. I could actually use this." And then she opens it up, and not only does the hinge, it's broken, so it just comes apart into two pieces. But there's a waffle. Somebody put a waffle in it. They cooked a fucking waffle and put it in there. Oh my God. It was so funny. It's just stuff like that. Like, it's just funny. So I would highly recommend, if you have a family or group around Christmas that you can do that with, that's more than, you need like, I don't know, at least 8 people or something, like enough people that you can get enough gifts in there.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth it. I would recommend that.
Well, that sounds great.
So how was your Christmas? What'd you do?
Well, Christmas Eve, I worked till 7 o'clock. So that was cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. And we had Christmas Eve at my house, and that was kind of boring, because I got there late and I couldn't do all the drinking I wanted to because, at the end of the night, Santa's got to go to the basement, bring all the presents up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Did you have to assemble any toys?
No, not this year. Thank God.
Oh, yeah.
I get stuck every year, like at 2 a.m, fucking putting shit together, and it's just the worst. It's the absolute worst. Not this year. And then,
nice.
Christmas Day was nice, and the kids wake up. They wake up way too early for the amount of sleep that I get Christmas Eve. They're just so excited.
Yep.
And,
yep.
And I went on the Christmas special about what my day would be like, and it was exactly as I said it would be. So nothing important, but, Christmas sucks now, because it's all about the kids and I don't get anything cool. So the wife and I bought ourselves a new television. So we got a,
nice.
Yeah, we got a 55-inch, curved, ultra high def 4K to Samsung television, smart TV, all that bullshit. It's really nice.
Nice.
Yeah. So
very nice.
I can sit and melt into my couch and watch some television. All right. So we're about almost a half hour into the show. And, real quick, I just have to give a shout out to Hot Drummer News Babe. I just want to say, hey, and, send me a text so I know when you're listening. Okay. But otherwise, Christmas is, I'm back at work the next day. In my job, we don't have any time to enjoy Christmas because we're busy right up until Christmas Eve. And then all of a sudden we're back to work, But Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you enjoyed the Christmas special. It sounded like it was fun. Probably a little obnoxious, but whatever.
I was okay. So you guys had already had a few drinks, and so I came into that, and I was like, "Oh, I had barely had one," and I was like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be, this is like me listening to it." So you guys were going off, and I was like, "Oh god, I gotta try and stay with him." But I love like when Huel is singing along with like the intro and things like that. When he does this little like thing,
yeah,
it's super funny to me. So and then you were just making stuff up that I was like, this is actually pretty good. And you guys were going, and I was like, I don't even think I need to do anything here. So plus my singing it would drive everyone away. They would literally delete the episode.
Stop it. I sang in a rock band, so anybody can sing. Okay. And I was never that good. I just had attitude and presence, not presents like Christmas present, but presence.
Yeah. I used to do a lot of karaoke in my early 20s when I was living in bars and going out all the time. And singing karaoke is pretty fun. I will say there was one time where I started singing Blink-182's First Date. Mm-hmm. And there was this lady that was kind of in the front that was like, this is awesome. And she was like, yeah, rock on. And so it made me like, I was like, yeah, man, I must be pretty good. And I mean, and then the other one that I'm pretty proud of is, Paul Revere by Beastie Boys. Like I could do that one pretty good. But so every once in a while, usually Fridays and Saturday nights when I am staying up later than everybody else and have way too many drinks. This happened this last week. I opened up Audacity and I recorded myself singing. I was just listening to some music and then I played it back and I was like, holy fuck, I need to never sing in my life again. And granted, I was a little inebriated, but I was like, dude, if you ever want to laugh at yourself or, fret your basically just, if you want to kill yourself, that's a good way.
See, the thing is
so bad.
If you're singing and you're doing it for fun, don't listen to yourself because you'll ruin it. You'll ruin the fun forever.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've done a total of 5 shows, 4 of which I was singing at. And the 5th one, I was just playing the bass and doing, I think a little bit of backup vocals, but I can't remember. But I have a recording of the last show that I sang at. And, it's down here in the basement. In fact, I think I might be looking at the camera right now. And I started to watch like the first 30 seconds of it and I had to stop. I had to immediately stop because I had to keep these positive memories in my head of that night, and not ruin it by overthinking what was happening, but man, it was fun. I miss the band. I miss that stuff. That was a good time. All right. Hey, what'd you do?
It sounds like it would be. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I kind of wish, well, I mean, everything happens for a reason, right? So I don't really wish, but I kind of wish that I had a podcast of some sort at the time so I could talk about the experience as it was happening, like with Fit or somebody. But what are you going to do? All right. So did you have a nice New Year's?
Yes. So let me think about how this panned out. In between Christmas and New Year's. So I told you this. So I'm off work this week.
Yeah.
Which is fucking fantastic. And basically I worked between Christmas and New Year's. I worked Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So those were my last 3 days at my job. And then Friday was my anniversary. but I worked, and then let's see, you texted me and you were like, hey, do you want to record? Now, this is what was kind of funny. I was literally finishing packing my car to drive up to Lake Tahoe to go to a cabin and basically just spend a couple days with my family.
Banging your wife.
My parents. So it'd be, yeah, I wish. But it was my mom and my dad were there, my two sisters and my brother-in-law.
Oh, that would be weird.
And then me and my wife and two kids. Yeah. So, but you text me and you're like, hey, can you record? And that's why I was like, but I was in such a rush. We were trying to leave, trying to beat traffic, trying to do all that stuff that I didn't want to like sit there and try to explain to you all the details. And I was like, it's only about 2 hours from here. So it's not like it's super far away, but I was like, well, I had to drive because my car has all-wheel drive. And I don't really like my wife driving my car.
You could just say no, motherfucker. You're just like, no, Rem, I can't record this week. And I would have taken it fine.
No, but see, I wanted to, and I thought it'd be really fun. And then, so I just grabbed my laptop, and then grabbed my microphone, like hooked it from the arm here, and then put it on the stand, and then got my headphones, and they just took off. Like, it took me another like minute, right? Like, just put all the stuff in a bag and go. And so I was like, all right, well, this will work. But then obviously I couldn't, that's why I was like, I couldn't commit and tell you. And I was trying to find out on the way there. I was like, do I have internet? Like, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, does it work okay? How fast is it? Like, I don't want it to be like shit internet, like dial up. But I thought that would have been cool because we're over in the Nevada side. So you could add another state to the podcast.
See, you're a good friend, Ray.
But
yeah, we didn't record last week because I ended up being in a super bad mood. Like, to the point where I just didn't want to do anything. I don't even know what happened on that Thursday. I was in a shitty mood. So thank you, because then Randy DM'd me and he's like, hey man, I could get with Ray and we could put together a clip show for you. I'm like, Randy, if you can do that, more power to you. Go for it. And I won't even listen ahead of time. You pick the shit you like and I'll just put it out there. And, you guys did.
Yeah, no, and that turned, he did a lot of the work. I was telling him, I was like, well, so that was the thing. So then Friday I tried to, we got there. It took me a little while, to get set up. And then once we weren't doing it, I was like, all right, whatever. So then I got a hold of Randy. We started doing that. I started listening to clips. I'd gone to the store, grabbed a 6-pack and started drinking. And so by the time things got later at night, I was like the only person up and taking care of that stuff. But it was pretty funny. What did I told him something here, but I basically was like, dude, I'm way too drunk to be doing this right now. And he was like, I'm way too high now to be doing this. And so we were like, all right, we'll pick up where we left off tomorrow. But then the next day I'd only got like maybe like 4 clips. And he was like through like 4 episodes, and I was like, shit, I got through like 2 episodes. And then we went out to the snow and I got all that stuff. It celebrated my anniversary the next day with my wife and stuff. And he pretty much did all of it. So that's where he really did do like almost all of it. All I really did was grab a couple clips. So yeah, he did a really good job on that. I was laughing. It was like a trip down memory lane. It was like, it really was fun to re-listen to that stuff. And I had fun just re-listening to episodes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Randy really has earned a producer credit on the show. It's Producer Bangers now. Yes. So Randy comes, like, when you get him going, I guess he has all sorts of ideas and he's really good. He drew, I don't know if you've seen him on my Twitter, what the fuck am I trying to say here? The animated drawings of Huel and I, both the Rick and Morty style and like the regular style. He did that.
Last night I saw in the Discord. There's too many applications and stuff these days. Yeah. In the Discord, he had the time lapse. That was freaking amazing. Yeah. I watched that. I was hypnotized. I was like, dude, that's so fun to watch because they look really good. And watching how he did it and everything was even more entertaining. I love that. That was really cool to see.
While we're here, Randy, if you want to put those time lapses on the YouTube channel, let me know. Just put them in the Dropbox. I'll put them up there. But yeah, I mean, Randy, and he's like, hey, I can run your stream for you if you guys want to stream on Twitch. I'm like, holy shit, Randy, let's have a meeting sometime in the new year. You, me, and Huel, and maybe producer Ryan and even Ray. And let's see what we can come up with. Because, 2019, I mean, provided Rich Dickman decides to go on past 52 episodes, we could have a pretty big year this year. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, you turned away.
You could probably, sorry, gotta make the drinks while you talk. Could you talk a little longer so I can finish this drink?
I can talk forever, Ray. I'm trying to include you.
That's why the camera's on. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Well, now I got sidetracked. Yeah, no, that'd be really cool if you could basically get all that.
My whole problem is like
money.
I'm an idea guy and I'm a performer, right? But the technical aspect of all this bullshit, it's too much for me. It was enough to figure out how to do a website, all right? And, because Fit used to handle all that stuff, and then Jules hired that other person to do it.
Well, I am an IT degree, so not that I mean, that's kind of vague is in reality, but I can do a lot of stuff too. I build a lot of computers and things like that. So if you need some help, I can. I'm not completely useless.
2019, either we're going to quit or we're going to go on to bigger and better things. So we'll figure it out. My New Year's, I'm going to tell you about my New Year's real quick, is that I had to work New Year's Eve, and I was there until about 6:00 that night, and then I came home and I had to make a dinner of some sort. I don't even remember what I made. No, I think I had a glass of my father's homemade wine, and then I was really pissed off that all my kids and everybody stayed up to watch the ball drop. Like at nighttime after 8:00, that couch in the living room, that's mine. Everybody needs to go to bed. This is Daddy Rem's alone time. You know what I'm saying?
It's past your curfew, kids.
Yeah. But no, everybody was up to fucking midnight to watch this motherfucking ball drop. And like, it's Monday night, so I'm trying to watch wrestling. So I put on Monday Night Raw. All right. And then my wife looks at me and is like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm fucking watching wrestling. What's it look like I'm doing? And she says, can't we just watch some New Year's Eve stuff? It's New Year's Eve. I'm like, are you serious? So I had to put it on NBC, and I had to watch fucking Carson Daly and Chrissy Teigen, host a show. And my God, what an annoying Chrissy Teigen is. Holy shit. And she's talking about like steaming her vagina and stuff, like in front of my kids. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Chrissy Teigen? Shut your mouth and be a classy fucking lady. And Leslie Jones was trying to be funny, and she wasn't funny. She's funny when she's not trying to be funny. Did you see?
She is.
When they did the Naked and Afraid SNL bit with Leslie Jones and Peter Dinklage.
I did see that.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was fantastic. Yeah. So then we watched the ball drop, and then I kicked everybody out. So, all right, go to bed now. And so I bought myself a video game, like the day before.
Ooh.
I bought GTA 5, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm 3 years late, but I finally caved in and bought it. It was $20. I got the online edition too. So I played. It took me. I had to download it overnight. It's fucking 80 gigs. 80
yeah,
gigs.
Huge.
Holy shit. I got to get an external hard drive for this thing. But anyways, after the ball dropped, I grabbed it and I hooked up. You can hook up a Nintendo Switch controller to Steam, and so I used that and I played that till 2:30 in the morning. So that was my New Year's.
Nice.
Being pissed off at my family and playing video games.
Nice. Well, I didn't actually tell you what I did for New Year's. Basically, we were supposed to go over to my who am I talking about? It's my wife's parents, my in-laws.
Yes.
So anyway, we were supposed to go over there, and then my wife was like, well, I'm pregnant. I don't really feel that good. And the reality is she didn't want to go over there and have to, 1, stay up till midnight.
She's smart.
2, have the kids stay up till midnight. Yeah. And then 3, have her, not be able to drink anything and say, I can't drink anything.
And
then have people saying, yeah, and then because she's like 7 or 8 weeks pregnant right now. Yeah. She's not that far along. And so, you don't tell people super early. You tell the world super early. So like I just did. So you basically don't want to go to this party, right? And have all these people that are, yeah. And have like all these super drunk people like, oh, you're pregnant. Awesome. Yeah. And she's like, I don't want to deal with that. So I was like, you're my hero. So, cause as much as I'd like to go over there and drink, and her family, actually, I really enjoy my in-laws. They're really good people, but I didn't really want to deal with that, either. And I was like, I'd much rather come here and have them go to bed, and then I can stay up and get drunk and play video games.
Nice. That's great.
So that's pretty much what happened. So we did the Netflix countdown. Well, actually, first we watched, for whatever reason, the Nutcracker 1990 version with Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, really?
And I was like, what the fuck is happening? I've never seen this. I was like, what? This is so awkward. And then played some golf on my phone, basically. And then after that, my wife's like, well, you girls ready for bed yet? And they're like, no. And we were like, we were going to celebrate East Coast New Year's. And they're like, what's that? We're like, it's when you go to bed early. So it was a little past 9:00. And then they're like, we're not tired. So my wife's like, well, let's watch some concerts. So they watched like the Taylor Swift concert and then some Lady Gaga stuff on Netflix or whatever. So then, and I'm like, let's tap in my watch. Like, let's get this rolling and let's get these kids in bed.
Yeah.
The Netflix countdown's on demand, right? So anyway, around like 10:15, 10:30, something like that. We watched the countdown. Finally got the kids in bed. So I stayed up way the fuck too late and then woke up in the morning to, my younger daughter, downstairs had turned on the TV. Netflix was watching countdowns and screaming 5, 4, 3, 2. She is so funny. Oh my goodness.
Kids are funny. Normally on Christmas Eve, we'll go to, one of the parents, in the quote unquote neighborhood at the school has a New Year's Eve party that's for the kids, but the adults go to too. So the kids all run around in the basement and they're playing all evening and they do a little countdown for them like at 11:00. But the adults are eating and we are drinking, quite a bit. So, normally, we'll do that. And, when Rem drinks, Rem is a very happy drunk and Rem ends up flirting with all the other moms. And, last year I was taking selfies with a bunch of people I'd never met before. Like I can look through my phone right now and be like, who the fuck are these people? Cause I have these selfies I took. And, I'm walking out of there and everyone's, hey, all right, take it easy, Rem. And I'm like, all right, man, you got it. And I'm drunk as a skunk and the wife has to drive me home. So we didn't do that this year, which was, you know what? It's probably good. It's probably good. I have to complain about something, Ray.
Oh yeah. Let's do it.
All right. So I'll let you complain about one thing if you would like to, but I'm going to start is that, all right. You ever hear the Instant Pot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have one.
Okay. You do have one. Okay. So you know what I'm about to talk about. All right. So my wife and I, leading up to Christmas, we had seen the Instant Pot and I didn't know much about it because, I like to cook. I'm a good cook and I make good meals, right? And I'll throw shit into a frying pan or the oven and I'll just make whatever. I get an inspiration. I feel like trying something and not to toot my own horn. I'm a good cook. All right. But we saw the Instant Pot and my wife was like, oh, that looks interesting. You can make a whole meal in a very short amount of time. So my mom texts me or asked me one day, says, hey, what does Mrs. Rem want for Christmas? And I said, you know what, Mom? Get her an Instant Pot. That would be cool. So my mom got my wife an Instant Pot for Christmas.
Nice. That's a good gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess how many times my wife has used the Instant Pot?
I mean, at least, let's see, how many days has it been? Probably 30.
0.
0.
I have used that.
How many times have you used it?
Like 7 times in the last 6 days. And I'm the one who's having to figure out how to make these things and cook all this shit in this motherfucking Instant Pot. So come the new year, I decided, you know what? I'm going to try intermittent fasting, right? So I have a little bit of breakfast. I don't eat for the rest of the day. 12 hours later, I'll have my next meal. And, I got to lose a little bit of my belly, Ray. I got to look good. You know what I'm saying? But I expect to come home, because my wife gets home much earlier than I do. And maybe there'll be dinner cooking or even ready. My God, wouldn't that be amazing to come home and have dinner ready? No, not once. Hey, Mr. Rem, why don't you figure out what to cook in the Instant Pot? It's like, you fucking kidding me? I gotta make dinner again in your gift? Yeah, why don't you do that?
So, well, see, that's funny because maybe she's sitting there thinking, wow, what an Indian giver. Can we say that these days?
You can say, on the Rich Dickman Show, you can say whatever you want. I have a lawyer.
But, yes. But, you know what I mean? She's probably like, wow, he suggested that so that he could use it.
That's exactly it. Because she'll say, hey, so your mom got you an Instant Pot. I'm like, no, she got you an Instant Pot. And you need to practice using it.
I will say there's 2 things that I really like cooking in there. One, what would be the equivalent of baked potatoes, because I can do a few of them in like 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're like done. I mean, like fully done. You can usually do them a little bit less than that, but I mean, they're like done I'm talking like 20 to 30 minutes, like from when you start like washing the potatoes, not actual cook time, like it takes like 20 to 30 minutes and you have baked potatoes. And they come out really nice. And then the other thing is carnitas. I like carnitas. I can make a lot of carnitas, but just cube it up, throw all your stuff in there, and like 30 minutes to an hour, depending on if you fill it really full or not.
Yeah.
Then,
dude,
man,
I made chicken wings, right? And I found a chicken wing thing where you cook them in the pot, then throw them in the oven for a few minutes to crisp them up. And the stock that I made out of those chicken wings was like, oh my God, this is the most amazing, flavorful chicken stock I've ever had in my life. And I did boneless ribs just this evening. Again, I get home from work starving. I have to make my own dinner. But I did boneless ribs. Then I cooked them in the Instant Pot for like 25 minutes and threw them in the oven with barbecue sauce for another 10. Oh man. Jesus Christ. This changed my life. Yeah. But it's like, no.
Yeah. Instead of cooking ribs in the oven for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It's like, sweetheart, this is your gift. We got this for you, or my mom got this for you, so you can make me dinner, and I can think you're a great cook.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Yeah. So let's get on that. So I'm complaining about the incident. What do you have something to complain about?
I can complain about the same exact thing. So yesterday, so my 2 kids both do competitive cheerleading, so they spend a lot of time at the cheer gym, and my wife basically volunteers a lot of time over there as well. So she feels obligated to be there, pretty much the whole time that the kids are there. So it's usually for like 3 to 5 hours a day, which is, not always 3 hours. Sometimes it's like 2 hours, but so like, for example, yesterday, so there's this teriyaki place that's literally in the same parking lot. And I already had to, so my younger daughter had practice from like 4 to 5:15, and then my older daughter from like 5:30 to 8 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife's like, well, okay. So I'm like, I'm not going to make dinner at 8:30 for you guys. If you want to go to the teriyaki place on Wednesdays when you're already going to be there till basically almost like 8 o'clock or whatever, just get the teriyaki. It's fine. Get the chicken there. So she's like, all right, well, will you come get our younger daughter at 5:15, 5:30, whatever. And I was doing a bunch of stuff. The fucking sink was clogged, doing laundry, like doing all this fucking shit, cleaning. So I'm like trying to get all these things done. And it's like, when you're doing laundry, like you want to kind of stay on schedule, right? Like you don't want to start something and then come back like 2 hours later and fucking then move it. It's like, I want to get it all done. Yeah. Just I got a shitload of loads to do. So she's like, well, can you pick up the Ono teriyaki on the way over? And I'm like, sure. I mean, it's in the same parking lot. I'm like, you could walk there in 30 seconds, but sure, I'll pick it up. Yeah. I'll be nice.
Well, why do the easy thing? Sure.
Yeah. So I told her, I was like, okay, so I'll tell you when I'm leaving here. It takes me maybe 10 minutes to get there. I have to make a stop on the way. Quick stop. So if you call it in, I'll just run in, pick it up, bring it to you. We're good to go. And then I can pick up the daughter, bring her home. So she's not sitting there for another 2.5 hours at the gym, getting bored. Yeah. Perfect. We're all happy, right? So I make my stop and she goes, she texts me. She's like, well, the place isn't picking up the phone. So can you just order when you go in there? And I'm like, really?
Oh no.
Really? So I get in there. I place my order and they're like, it's going to be like 20 minutes. I'm like,
really?
Fucking seriously?
Yeah.
And so I text her. I'm like, now, do I need to get our daughter like right now? Cause it's already like 5:45. So I'm like, is she, I'm trying to be nice and be like, do you want me to wait or do I need to get the kid? What's more critical? And she's like, whatever. And so I'm like, all right.
Whatever's not an answer.
I know. Right. So I'm like, now I gotta fucking sit here. I feel I got shit I gotta do at home and I'm going to sit here in the fucking teriyaki place for 20 minutes. And you're literally a couple hundred feet away in this building. And all she does is just sits there and watch. I mean, she does stuff. I don't want to make it seem like she's literally doing nothing.
She's not listening. Don't worry.
I mean, I don't know. She might be listening through the door over there. Hold on. Let me check for shadows. But no, but it's one of those, and the reality is it's like, I mean, what's really happening to me, like no real harm done to me. But on the other hand, I'm like, come on. No. I'm like, and then I got to go home. I got to feed the other kid.
Yeah.
I got to make dinner. Like,
it's a pain in the ass.
I'm like, it's just like, I'm putting in all the effort right now. You're putting in none.
What did you get at the end of it?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Nothing. Well, but I'm not working right now. I'm not taking the week off, so I'm pretty much staying up till 3 or 4 in the morning drinking every night. So I don't really have too much to complain about at this point.
Is it just me, or is it like most women just don't understand how time works? I have that problem.
Oh my God.
Like with my
Holy
life, my
fuck.
wife. She's a wonderful mother. She's a classy lady. You know, she's a good woman. But when it comes to how time works and relates to everything, no clue. She has no freaking clue how time works. As opposed to me, where everything, like my whole life is just like, boom, I need this time. I have 5 minutes to do this. I need to get out of here by 6:20. I get there by 6:35. I'll be there for 8 hours. I'll leave it at 8 hours. I'll be home in 15 minutes, and then maybe 14 minutes if I do an extra mile per hour. You know, everything is like my whole life is just time. And she has no clue how time relates to anything.
That's why I roll through every stop sign, and if it's a red light and there's no cars around, I fucking drive through. I want to spend time doing what I want to do, not fucking sitting there obeying stupid laws. There's no fucking cars here. I'm going.
And who gives a fuck? It's not even like I'm in a rush to do anything. It's just like I know how time works. Yeah. It's like, it's going to take me 10 minutes to get down the street here. So if it takes me 10 minutes, if you leave in 5 minutes, we will be at the same place to meet at the same exact time. So leave in 5 minutes. Yep. So then I get to the place that we're supposed to meet at. 20 minutes later, I'm still fucking waiting. I'm like, why didn't you? Well, what difference does it make? It makes a lot of difference. I've been sitting here waiting for 20 minutes.
Yeah. And that's where I'm like, I just want to get the shit that has to be done. I want to get it done. I want to get out of the way so I can spend more time doing stuff that's fun for me.
Yes.
I'd rather not spend 20 minutes sitting in the teriyaki plate so I can get that laundry done so that I can come and do a podcast and fucking, complain about it.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like I want to do the things I want to do when I want to do them. And in order to do that, I have to just knock out the other shit quick and be efficient with that. So
manage your time, and you have more time for yourself later. It's like with me, I had said earlier, like 8 o'clock. That's my cutoff time. I want to be done with everything by 8 o'clock at night. That way I can throw my sweatpants on and I can sit on the couch and I can just zone out for a couple hours before I have to go to bed and wake up for work the next morning. Sundays are another big one for me. It's like I want everything done as early as possible on Sunday so I can relax the rest of the day. So when 7 o'clock comes around on Sunday night and then I'm getting yelled at because, this hasn't been done, this hasn't been done, this hasn't been done, this hasn't been done. It's like, well, what the fuck have we been doing all day? Why didn't you tell me any of this stuff needed to be done? I would have done it 6 hours ago. It's like, come on. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm not a hard person to deal with. I'm very easy to get along with. All right.
Yes.
All right. That's enough of that. I got a voicemail. This voicemail came to us on Christmas Eve, and because Huel has been a big pussy and crying about being sick, haven't been able to play it. So here we go.
Yeah, hey, I checked out that podcast 36. That shit was pretty funny, man. Randy guy, that shit was good, but then he started talking about that whole complaining about somebody who was talking about interracial couples and that, man. All I can say is fuck that Randy guy. Come on, Rem, join me, man. You gotta say something. You gotta say something to the rest of your people, man. We gotta secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. Come on, man, join me.
Jesus Christ.
Why do you play the best voicemails when I'm here? These are great. The fuck money, get bitches.
Oh, man.
And then this one. Oh, nice.
Yeah, fuck bitches, get money. We have to secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. Come and join me. My God. There's nothing wrong with interracial marriage. There's nothing wrong with interracial relations. Okay. We are all people, and we're all people of different types, and our differences should be celebrated. Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Did Rich Dickman write a note for you to say that? Or is that?
I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of such things. All right. We did have a thinking with your Dickman that I'm going to throw at you, Ray, because, this needs to be answered. Okay. This is from Kristen.
Yes.
And she starts with, hey, Huel, there was a guy in the podcast last week named Randy. He was pretty funny. So I need some advice. I kind of want to get in his pants. Can you help me with that? Also, Rem, you need to stop being so damn racist. Cheers, love.
Can I ask you a question? Side note or whatever?
Absolutely.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how annoying is it that people say you're racist?
You know what? If
we can edit this out.
Yeah. If it just stays here in the podcast, it's fine. Cause I assume most of them get the joke.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. It's when this gets out in the public and I get me too'd about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you don't have those millions of dollars to fall back on.
No.
Like those other guys.
Yeah, but I have a Huel, and I'm sure Huel will support me in whatever court or law or legal related matters that may come about. Just so we're clear, I am not racist. I love all people, mostly equally. Okay. All right. So how do we get Kristen into Randy's pants? Before I give my advice, Ray, do you have anything you want to say?
I mean, the reality is it's pretty simple.
Yeah. I
mean, you just be the middleman and pass along some information. But it might be a little more interesting if maybe get a hold of Kristen and do like a blind date type thing or something along those lines, where just have them chat for a little while and see how it goes. But maybe chaperone it. That could be fun. Yeah, get him like in the Discord.
See, the problem is
give him 5 minutes.
With you in California and Dead Huel in Colorado and me in Connecticut and Randy in, I think, Ohio, he said.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're all over the place. So chaperoning isn't, but it would be good. Like if we had a big Patreon and we can afford to send people places, excuse me, we could probably make that happen. Patreon.com/richdickman. All right. Kristen, I'm going to give you some advice here. And this goes basically for any man that a woman is interested in. Okay. Men are not nearly as complicated as women. Okay. Men don't need subtlety. All right. They don't need you to kind of, they don't need signals. All right. They need a direct question or direct order. Randy, I want to suck your dick. Boom, you're in his pants. It's really that easy. Okay. If a woman approaches a man and says, "Hey, let's go have sex right now," the man 98% of the time will say, "Oh, okay, let's go do that." Am I wrong, Ray?
No, you're absolutely right. The only hesitation would be, what's the catch? Like, is this really happening?
Doesn't even matter because us men are.
But they're thinking,
yeah.
They're the guy is literally like, yes,
but it can't be this easy.
Like, yeah, is it really this easy? Is this woman seriously? This is perfect. It's too good to be true, right?
Right.
That's literally the only hesitation,
because the women are overthinking
the guy's
this now.
Thinking no,
right?
Yeah.
See, like women are full of mixed signals and they're full of like uncertainty, and you have to be so careful as to not to get me too'd. By the way, all right. So you can't even look at a woman the wrong way without being accused of sexual assault. However, a woman can come up to a man and say, "Hey, I like your beard. Let's go in the back, and I want to give you something," and boom, you're in. It's really that simple. As crude as it sounds, and I apologize to more of our maybe upper crust listeners, but men are very simple. You offer sex, men either take sex or doesn't take sex. There's no in between. And most of the time, they will take the sex that is offered despite any consequences that may arise afterwards.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how my wife and I ended up together.
That's how you got pregnant.
Looked at me a certain way. Yes, she looked at me a certain way, and I was like, "Yep, it's on."
Yeah. So for our 3 female listeners of this audience, if you're interested in a man, all you got to do is say, "Hey, you big fatso, I'm interested in you," and you're in. That's it. There's no complimenting the shoes, no asking what your dad's like. There's no, "Hey, cheesy pickup line here." It's just, I'm interested in you. Boom, done. Relationship.
Yeah. If you start thinking, how do I manipulate this? You've gone too far. You've gone way too far.
And at some point, ladies, you will start thinking that. And the second you have that thought, take a paperclip and jam it into your ear really quick and get that thought out of your head. Right.
Oh, no.
No?
Well, depends. I mean, I'd say the guy might. Yeah, you just do that.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it.
Yeah, once you start having those thoughts, you're going to ruin everything. So stop it. Stop it right now. All right.
Yeah.
Men are very simple. Very, very simple.
Oh my God.
You provide them food and you provide them some type of sex of some sort, and you have everything. They will give you everything you ever wanted. It's It's easy. Okay. Thank you, Kristen, for your lovely email. Hopefully you take that approach with Randy. I know it's not dating season right now, but Randy will get into dating season soon. And
oh yeah,
give us an update. Fuck bitches, get money. All right. So we did a voicemail, Ray. We did a Thinking with Your Dickman. Thank you for your input. Now we have the Dick of the Week, and I have to change this in the notes to Dick of the Week. It was originally called Idiot of the Week, but because we're the Rich Dickman Show, and we have a focus on the male phallus, we're going to call it the Dick of the Week. And this is from the originator of Dick of the Week.
Hello, Rimgar, and hello, Hulhauser. Happy 2019 to you guys. I'm really looking forward to hearing all your shows this year. This is Svensson here, and I'm calling in my choice for Dick of the Week. So check this out. I go up to the food place, supermarket, buy some food. And the usual thing happens. I'm sure almost everyone has experienced this. I go in, I get my food. It takes maybe 5 minutes at max for me to get what I need. I only need about 5 items. I go, I grab the 5 items, and then I go up to pay. And they've got, the automatic checkout lanes. Now, where I live, we have these short, checkout lanes for 10 items or less. It's clearly stated there, 10 items or less. And what do you know? There's 2 people taking up 2 of them. This one lady has got at least 30 items, and this other guy has about 25 items. And they're sitting there, and they're checking them out, and everyone is waiting for these 2 to finish, so obviously they can get, going and stuff like that. And I really hate those people that do that. So anyway, that's my nomination entry for Dick of the Week. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Svensson. I'm sure we've all have experienced that. We go to the express line, and you've counted your items as I do. I don't know about you, Ray, but I know that I will count every single one of my items. And if it's 12 items or less and I have 13, I will take my ass to the regular checkout line because I follow the rules. But you see the people in line, and they have way more than 12 items. And what are you going to say to them if you work there, right? You just it'd be quicker just to check them out and get them out of there. But Jesus Christ, the audacity of some people, the thought process in their heads where, you know what? It doesn't matter. Those rules don't apply to me. Here's my 32 items, and I don't want to wait in that long line over there. Express lady, check me out. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Well, first of all, you have to be sensitive to people who can't read and people who can't count, okay?
No.
That's number one. You don't know their situation. But seriously, people that get like double or triple the items, like fucking, are you serious? Like for real? This is unbelievable. You guys are insane. I will say this. I will ignore that if there's no line or one person in line, something like that, and I'm close. Say it says 10 items, I got 11. Like fuck, whatever. I'm not holding anybody up here. Or self-checkout. If you're somebody like me that's like, scan, pay. And I'm like waiting on the thing. I'm like, these machines are too fucking slow. Well, then whatever. Like I'm out of there, and I'm not going in there with 35 items and trying to do that. But yeah, I get it. It's ridiculous when people do that. It's people. I just hate fucking people. I was literally, when we were driving to Tahoe, the whole time I was driving going, why the fuck is this person in the slow lane?
Yeah.
I fucking hate people. And I said that probably like 50 times to my wife, and my kids were probably like, yeah, that's probably good.
We have lost common decency as a people. All right. The anonymity of the internet and the, you can have it your way, slogan of Burger King, and all these things, Nike's just do it. All these things have made a bunch of assholes out of our society where we don't give a shit about anybody else except getting ours. And for the most part, you know what? I don't give a shit about anybody else except me. But here's the difference is that I have fucking manners, and I have a sense of self-respect, and most importantly, I have self-awareness. Okay. So if I feel like I'm being an asshole to somebody else, I probably am, and I know enough to stop. So when I have those 12 items, I will jump into the 12 item or less line. When I have 13 items, well, you know what? The rules say 12 items or less. Let me go into another line. We need more people like me in this world, Ray. And that's not to brag. about me being a great person, because I'm not. I am full of faults. I have done plenty of things that could be construed as wrong or immoral in my life. But I have decency and I have respect for my fellow human being. And we don't have enough of that in today's society. And I'm pointing my fingers at the computer screen because I am slightly buzzed on this Evan Williams Kentucky bourbon that I got as a Christmas gift. And I hope you understand what I'm trying to say.
I completely understand. And I agree. Well, yeah, that's the thing is like, it's just people that think for whatever, it's like something in their mind says I'm the only person. I'll tell you my quick idiot of the week. Svensson, you might like this one. I was driving, coming down the road to go home. I'm like a mile from home. I come to this 4-way intersection, light's red. And as I'm coming up to it, I'm like, there's a light. I see a tail light. I see a red light, car. I don't know what this is. And then as I get closer, I realize it's somebody that's not in the lane, 4 wheels in the lane. It's like 2 wheels in the lane.
Oh, fuck.
And they're parked, it's like 30 degrees in the lane.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Okay. So they were in the right lane. They switched to this lane. And then as the light turns green, as I'm coming up to it and everyone starts going, they go all of a sudden into the left turn lane. And then the light changes. I have to stop. So I'm sitting next to this person. I look at him. I'm like, what is this lady doing? And as she's sitting there, she's like snaps her head when one car drives by her. And I'm like, okay, well, she's obviously can see, but it was weird because she was just looking like deadlocked ahead of her. And then all of a sudden her head snapped when one car went by. So she's in the left turn lane. The left turn basically goes out to like these farms. It goes out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I'm thinking, this lady doesn't know where she's going already. No one's going out there right now. It's like 8:00 at night or something like that. It's dark. So her left turn, light turns green. She starts going toward that road and then decides that, no, I don't want to make this turn for whatever reason in the middle of the intersection and starts heading straight at the cars on the other side of the road that would be going, the reverse direction of us. And this, like I said, it's like 8:00 at night where there's headlights on these cars. You can't, why you don't see these fucking cars right here with their headlights on? Yeah. There's 2 lanes right there. So then she goes, and goes around the center divide and goes into the lane in front of me. My light turns green. So I start following her and I'm like, I don't want to be anywhere near this fucking person. This is bad. This person's going to fucking hit me. Somehow, some way, they're going to hit me, right? So she starts driving and the center divide only lasts for like 150 feet, 100 feet maybe. Within 300 feet, she's already done this shit. And then after the center divide, decides that while there's maybe like another 1/10 of a mile in front of her, there's an actual left turn lane to this driving range. She decides that she wants to just do a U-turn in the middle of the road. And not only that, there's oncoming cars. And she goes like, she literally parks like perpendicular, 2 wheels in one lane, 2 wheels in the other, like dead, making a T right in the middle of the road. And then puts it in reverse. And I'm like, what the fuck is this person doing? How do you literally think you're the only person in the world right now on the road?
Yes, she does.
Despite all these headlights all around you. Yeah. And she's like, not sure what to do when she finally realizes other cars and she turns and does it. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? This person did like 10 illegal things in 300 feet. And what the fuck just happened? So every time we see a traffic slowdown or an accident, my wife and I are like, oh, that's probably that lady.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Was she old?
Oh my God. I could not believe that. Well, she looked probably in her 50s and she was Asian.
Oh, okay. So you live in California, which is like the land of the tards.
Whoa. What do you mean? Okay. Yeah. What are you trying
to? I can make that joke because you're my friend.
Careful.
Yeah. You live in California.
You have an Asian friend.
Yeah. I have a Mexican friend and an Asian friend, so I'm covered. I also have a black friend. So there you go. Jesus Christ, Rem, stop.
He's a racist.
In California, you're full of bad drivers out there. So California needs to be its own country. No offense, Ray. I would like you to move into the real United States of America. But I understand if you can't because, finances and whatnot. But I would be fine if California became their own deal and I didn't have to consider them part of my country because everybody in not farmland California is a fucking weirdo. No offense.
The Northern California and Southern California are so vastly different.
Yeah.
It is insane. Like it's crazy. And and then the Bay Area is it's technically Northern California, but it's completely different. But like my 2 sisters and brother-in-law live in the Bay Area. And I think, I've never asked them how much the rent is, but it's probably something like $2,500 a month for an apartment. It's 2 bed, 1 bath.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean? It's something, it's like whatever it is. It's a lot. But I mean, you get paid more, I guess. It kind of offsets or whatever. Generally, wages are higher there, but it's insane. Like 2-bed, 1-bath apartment. Or whatever it is. Maybe they're in something slightly different, but it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But I will say, I went to school in San Diego for a year, college right out of high school, and San Diego. If you're going to live anywhere in California, live in San Diego. It is one of the best kept secrets in the world. Somehow there's like 1.2 or 3 million people that live there. It is amazing. San Diego's so nice.
Is it because there's more Mexican people than white people that makes it better?
See, there you go with the racist.
Well, no, that's not racist at all. That's like
I'm
racist
kidding,
towards white
I'm
people.
kidding.
I mean, I'm complimenting the Mexican people because if the Mexicans
Yeah,
took
I know,
over
right?
San Diego, it's probably a better place. You don't have all the uppity and yuppie white people telling you, make sure you take care of the environment.
That's a good question. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the ratios are.
Yeah.
We talked about this before. I don't see color. I'm like literally like, I don't know how many fucking
people don't want to admit this, Ray, but the racial makeup of a city makes a big difference, and it's not a positive or a negative thing. It has nothing to do with positivity or negativity. It has to do with culture.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, if you go to like San Francisco, where there's a large Asian population, you have one type of community versus you go to San Diego, which may have a large Mexican population, which would be different. And you know, I'm going to stop right there because I'm a little too drunk to make the point I want to make. All right. But thank you for your thoughts on the matter here. Oh, there's somebody jumping into the camera.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not on speakerphone.
Need,
am I?
Do you want to go off on my birthday? I'm 12, chocolate eggs.
You want 12 chocolate eggs for your birthday?
You're killing the show with the cue. You can't do this now.
I told you I was trying to not get interrupted during the podcast, but that's fine. You're super cute, so I don't even care. Now, what kind of chocolate eggs do you want? You want chocolate eggs or chocolate coins?
I guess we're not going to do the porno review.
Chocolate eggs? I'll get her out of here in a second. Sorry. Look there. Do you see the cat now? No, the cat's in here. Simba, come here.
So for those of you at
This
home,
has gone off the rail.
if you're wondering what's happening, is that Ray's little girls come into the recording studio with him and jumped on his lap.
Okay, now you're... Okay, come here. No, it's fine. It's fine. And then here's the cat. This is the one that wears the Christmas sweaters. Okay, so we're going to get everybody in here. No, stop. This cat this morning, I had my socks in my back pocket, walked by, and he swiped them out of my pocket and was holding them.
That kitty looks like my Gilbert.
Ninja cat.
He looks like Gilbert.
That's a cat we found at work. We found him at work. He just came out of a field.
What's his name?
And we brought him home. Simba.
Of course,
creative.
Oh, there's another one.
Here's the other one.
Oh, we're getting the whole Ray family here.
Yeah, should I have my wife come in here now?
Yeah, why not?
Hey,
Simba bited me.
If you bring your wife in here, I'm probably going to be inappropriate. So I don't know. I apologize in advance.
You're not on speakerphone.
Okay, good.
Hey, can you come in here for a second? I need you to come stand over here and say hi. It's not live or anything.
Wait, she's Hispanic and her name's B. Tell her I said hi. Hi there.
Says hi.
Hi.
We're probably gonna edit. Well, I don't know. Who knows if this will get edited out, but
I'm a world famous podcaster, and I'm just saying hello.
So he's a world famous podcaster. Saying
She's less than impressed. Oh, this is great.
Look at what's going on back there. What are you doing?
So Ray's got his 2 kids. One's playing in the back, and the other one is wandering around the kitty. And then Ray's wife came in, and she's holding the kitty right now. And they all came in to say hi to Ray.
Are you guys going to bed right now?
I'm ready for them to go to bed.
Okay.
I'm not ready to go to bed.
You're never ready to go to bed, but it's bedtime.
I'll wake you up earlier tomorrow then.
Alright. I gotta finish this. Jesus.
This is like when Huel's kids came to play on his microphone.
I would love to hear that. I need to get a hold of that because that was.
Oh, that's gone. That was on my Skype recording. I didn't put it.
Did
Yeah.
you? Oh.
It was funny though. They didn't have the headphones in, so I
She's
couldn't
hidden.
talk to them.
Wait, where'd go? Oh my goodness! Come here, baby. We gotta go. Come on. What do you think? You can actually hide it? What are you doing? Do you have hands on your feet? What do you mean, owie?
Oh, God, no, he's not. He's definitely not hurting his child.
Maybe if you could have gotten out.
Come here, baby.
Oh, that was unexpected. So there's a cat in the background licking his asshole. And so Ray just took his kids out of there and his wife as well. And so his studio is kind of like an extra bedroom or an extra room, but it's got a lot of kids' toys in the back I can see. And there's a cat tree for the one cat, Simba. And the cat's on top of the cat tree. And Ray just went over to pet the cat at the moment. And he's getting rid of the cat. He's throwing the fucking cat out of there. He's like, you know what? Fuck you, cat. And it looks just like my Gilbert. She looks just like my Gilbert. That's adorable. All right, so Ray just cleared everybody out, and Ray has a beautiful family, and you should be very proud. Oh. And what the hell are you doing?
My wife's phone now.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, open up her text messages.
Yeah.
Right. Ray's got the El Abogado shirt on, and he's slumming it up with me, and he's got a classy woman as a wife, and 2 beautiful daughters, and now he's back.
Well, I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but there it goes.
And it did. That's okay. That was adorable. Ray, after the show, tell me how much that you want edited out. Actually, tell me now. You want names edited out or what? All of it?
Probably names just for the sake of it.
Okay.
Not because I really care, but maybe they care.
Because a lot of it was very funny.
If it's funny, leave it in there. I don't care. I don't know. My kids. I think my kids generally they're pretty cute. I think every kid has moments. You know what? Okay, so you just saw them, so you know what they look like. So the older one, yesterday. Okay, so this is like the worst that they get.
Yeah.
So I mean, as far as like fighting and things like that. So yesterday they were in here because my daughter. We had put a desk over here. It's just barely off the camera there, but so they color and whatever there. So the one was like doing some trick, she said, with these colored pencils. I don't know. I didn't get into it, what exactly it was. It was probably like she was making, the older one was making the younger one guess colors, and she only got one of them right. So the younger one's getting mad, right? Like, oh, I can't get any of these right. So the younger one flicks the older one, and the older one in retaliation says, I'm going to flick you so much harder. And goes into all the ways she's going to flick her harder. Doesn't actually do anything, but plays mind games with her. She says she's going to flick her harder than someone could slap her, flick her harder. It's just stuff like that. And then I hear one of them yell, and I come in and I'm like, all right, what's the problem? So I gotta figure out, and they're both like super sad. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, that's literally like the worst thing they do. Like, these kids are really good, and they're cute all the time. I think they're cute.
How old are they?
5 and 8.
5 and 8. And they're yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Because you're a good looking man, Ray. All right. I'm looking at your camera right now. But your daughters are adorable. All right.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, they look like your wife. Cute. So God bless them. Do you want to do? I know this is a weird transition. I don't even know if I want to do it. Do you want to do
whatever? I don't care.
You want to do a porno review?
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect transition. I mean, that's literally, there's no better time than.
No better time.
I mean, how else are babies made, right?
All right.
Yeah.
So this came from Mr. Porno Man again.
I think I hear them laughing right outside the door.
Oh, good. This is going to be fantastic. You tell me to
I got
stop.
The headphones on. They won't hear.
Okay.
No, we're good. We're good.
All right. So Mr. Porno Man's getting a little salty in his language now that he's emailing us. All right. And let me tell you what, Mr. Porno Man, is that sometimes your links don't work and I have to kind of improvise. Okay.
Well, I think he gets a big bump from the show, so I don't know why he would be salty. That's all. I mean, come on.
Well, here we go. All right. So, and forgive me, Rich Dickman audience, I'm going to have to bleep out some of these words because I am uncomfortable with them being on a podcast, okay? But here we go. Oh. Dear compadres of Porno Man Productions has been busy wrapping up shoots before the new year. In fact, everyone has been busy, so the theme of our latest submission is quite fittingly titled Speed Banging. It is a take on speed dating, but the 30 participants have sex with their respective partner for 60 seconds before a buzzer sounds and they move along. On another note, it appears that I keep crossing my wires and sending videos that do not match the description. I may or may not attempt to remedy this in the future. In fact, I probably won't. I have a certain level of quality to uphold. Happy New Year, Mr. Porno Man. So I looked at his link and it didn't quite match his description. Okay. What we have here, well, you'll hear when I play the audio. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm yes. I'm
Okay.
so ready for this.
All right. And this, and to be in full transparency here, I did watch this before the show, so I know what's happening. Okay. But here we go.
I don't know what you're about to play, but I've probably seen this one already.
I'm going to clock and see how many times he can pump his dick in her little and I'm going to count it, and we'll see how many pumps he gets in 1 minute.
Okay. All right. So I paused it. So the what's going on here is that this one woman is going to time 1 minute and see how many times that the man can pump into the lady in 1 minute.
1, 2, 3. Fuck Yuki.
So we're 10 seconds in. Oh, excuse me. Wait.
It
All right,
sounds
so
amazing.
yeah, we're at 10 seconds in. He's at 48 pumps.
What? No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. He's like a jackrabbit right now. All right. So we're approaching 20 seconds. So at 20 seconds, we're at 94 pumps. Okay. All right. So this is incredible. Now at 30 seconds, we're at 142 pumps. So he's, what is this? Do the math. He's like 15 pumps per second or something, I think. 40 seconds, he's at 187. Okay, now we're approaching 50 seconds now. All right, so 48, 49. At 50, he's at 234.
Holy shit,
Yeah, holy shit.
So 1 minute,
It looks like Charles is the
282
winner. That's 282
pumps.
reps in 1 minute.
So that's 4.7 per second.
Holy crap, that,
4.7 per second.
wow. So Mr. Porno Man took something from ggssexcircus.com. So
That was fantastic.
So thank you, Mr. Porno Man. That was quite interesting. So this man was able to go back and forth 200 and whatever it was times that I said in 1 minute. 4.7.
Yeah, so if that's 4.7 per second. Now listen, I think I told you this. I used to play semi-professional paintball. So everything, like I could shoot my fingers. I don't know if you can see this. My fingers can move really fast, and people would always be like, "Ooh, you could pleasure the ladies."
Ooh,
with that.
look at you, Ray.
So they actually enact stuff. They call it balls per second, where they cap it and how many you can shoot per second. So this guy was actually at 9.2 balls per second, 9.4 balls per second.
Wow.
That's what he was. If you, that's pretty good. That's tournaments these days are at 10.2. So he's basically shooting as fast as a paintball gun.
Jesus Christ. You just named the episode, so thank you.
Balls per second.
Balls per second.
I can't believe that's funny.
Yeah. So
that's pretty impressive that he could do that. I didn't get to see the visual aspect, but I'll probably have to. I'm sorry. I've seen that one a bunch of times.
So, Mr. Porno Man, I appreciate you, giving us something interesting to play on the show here. I apologize for the beeps. There are some words that I'm just not comfortable putting out on a podcast. And in this era of Me Too and deplatforming, I would like to keep my very meager Patreon. Very, very meager Patreon. And to my patrons, Lori, Sir Zero, and Umaroni, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let's do some promotion here. All right, so you guys, listen up. It's 2019, and the Rich Dickman Show, we're at episode 37 with this episode, and the momentum's building. The audience is starting to grow. Spread the word, okay? That's the best form of advertising that we could do is if you tell your friends about the Rich Dickman Show and where to get it, richdickman.com. All right, you can find us on iTunes and Stitcher, and if you can leave a review or a rating, that would be great. I haven't asked producer Ryan in several weeks now if we have any new reviews, and I apologize, but I will, and when producer Ryan does hear this, hopefully he'll text me and say, hey, Rem, we have a couple more reviews. Here they are. But I don't have access to iTunes because I refuse to install it on my new computer. And I don't use iTunes for podcasts anymore. All right. So, I
hate Apple stuff.
Yeah. But if you want to leave a review on iTunes, that's a great way to just push us up the charts in iTunes. So thank you. All right. But the big thing is telling your friends about Rich Dickman Show and richdickman.com, following us on Twitter at Rich Dickman Show. You can find our email, richdickmanshow@gmail.com. And most importantly, and what I really want to push for the next, for the next however many episodes that Rich Dickman gives us, is the Dickman Line. And that is 860-316-4776. 860-316-4776. So if you're listening to the show and you're in the middle of the show and you're like, oh my God, I have a thought about that. Let me call the Dickman Line. Boom. You call the Dickman Line, you leave a voicemail, and we're going to play it. We have Mr. Porno Man who's submitting his homemade porno suggestions every week. If you have something you would like us to watch and play in the show, go ahead. Give it to us. If you have a nomination for Dick of the Week, like Svensson does, or Ray this episode, please submit your Dick of the Week to... That sounds weird. Rich Dickman
you might
Show.
Somehow get some dick pics or something.
I know.
Someone's
man.
like, what am I supposed to do here?
richdickmanshow@gmail.com is the place to submit your Dick of the Week, or at Rich Dickman Show on Twitter. I would like to remind everybody that at Remgar, REMGHAR on Twitter is not, will not be, has never been, and doesn't plan on being in the future a racist of any type. All right. I am the most for real human being that there is. I respect everybody and I love everybody equally, unless you're an asshole. All right. Hold on. Ray, I got to say, I am racist against assholes. Not literal assholes.
They are a race. They are a race.
They are a race unto themselves, and we are full of them.
Yes.
My words of wisdom for 2019, Ray, if you can lessen your time on social media, everybody, it would be to your benefit. Okay. Unfortunately, we have to use Twitter to promote the show. And sometimes Rem gets a little salty and wants to get a few words out there. Okay. But Twitter is a game. Twitter is not real life. All right. So if you're looking at things and you're having like strong feelings to a tweet you see, maybe you need to reevaluate your time on Twitter. Posting that person who posted whatever you don't agree with is an idiot and should be killed, and then reporting their tweet, that's probably not a healthy way to go. So
the best way to avoid bad, just post a GIF.
There you
just post a GIF.
Yes.
It's somebody else's words.
One. Yep.
In visual form. It doesn't actually say anything. There you just post a GIF and you're good to go.
Good to go. If you can just if you just want to use Twitter just to interact with the show, at Remgar, at Wow Hulhauser, at Jules Winfeld, at Ryan TRDS, at Sir Zero, or at Rich Dickman Show, that's fine too. All right. But, listen, everybody, I gotta be honest here. I've had a few drinks tonight, so I feel a little more safe saying this. But politics is not life. Okay. Your politicians they've already been bought and sold 3 times over. They don't care about you no matter what bullshit they say in their commercials. They don't care about your security. They don't care about your livelihood. They don't care about your money. They just want your tax money, and they want you paying for whatever their lobbyists told them to ask for. Okay.
I can support that if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
So I literally, after like I told you, last time I was on here, so I was working for In-N-Out, got into a little thing where like they fired me / laid me off. They don't actually lay people off. They fire them and try and save themselves money. Went to court and they were like, oh, we're going to fight this. And basically the guy's like, oh yeah, he's good. Right. So like, they're like, yeah, you can pay him unemployment, whatever. Right. And that's, like I said, at the time I was like, fuck this company. I'm going to get so much unemployment. And then after that, I realized like, okay, well, I need to get a job. Got a job, and it just kind of was like just working, right? And from there I was able to like live in low income housing, like do all these things, right? And kind of, it was like, you know what? I'm surviving, but what's the end game here?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm fine, but do I want more, or am I happy just, rent's cheap. I was able to like work 40 hours a week, listen to podcasts as much as I want, kind of just didn't have to worry about anything at work. It was just kind of show up, do your thing, and then just do whatever you want after that. Not the stresses of, well, how's this thing doing when, you get home and it's like somebody's still calling you on a project or whatever. Right. But, from there, I was like, you know what? I want more. I want to actually like provide a lot for my family.
Yes.
So the thing is living in the low income housing that I did, I saw a lot of people that were older. And I don't know everyone's situation. I didn't like go knock on the doors and talk to them, but there was a lot of people that looked like they were just comfortable there. And that's the thing is, they're just comfortable doing what they're doing.
Comfort will kill you.
Yeah. And so I said, you know what? Fuck this. I'm working full time. I'm going to earn a degree and I'm still going to take care of my family. And I fucking did it. So now I'm moving on to getting a better job. Like I don't have to worry about that shit. So all I'm saying is like, I literally like, it's so funny. I earned my degree. I got it in the mail the same day Trump was inaugurated. And it was funny. Like I wanted to post on social media, like, look what Trump gave me. Like I'm white too, which kind of find out I'm not just white, but
yeah, you'll get banned from Twitter for that.
Yeah. But ultimately I was like, everyone's like, people were like, around the election, everyone's all fucking fired up and still people are fired up. Like, fuck Trump, this and that. And like, everyone's all, I'm like, okay, I was receiving government supplementation and ultimately said, I can still do better myself and did it. And that's all it is. Like worry about your own fucking self.
Yes.
Stop sitting there, going on Twitter, bitching about whatever that person's doing, bitching about whatever other person, fucking do something. Like I literally went from being bitter about this company that I used to work for to saying, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to show them I'm going to go get a degree and I'm going to make more fucking money than them and get a better job and provide for my family.
Yes.
That's all you have to do. You just have to have the motivation to fucking do it.
That's it.
That's all it is. Like, don't fucking bitch about everyone else. Just fucking take care of your shit.
You can survive or you can thrive. The choice is all yours. The American dream still exists. Okay. It's never been easier, but you have to have the willing and the want to do it. Also, on the same note, Chris O.C. and I decided today that, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, is hot. She's hot.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
She's hot. She's that socialist, congressman woman from New York. She's pretty hot.
I'm lost on that one. Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, politics is bullshit. Don't wrap yourself up in it. Don't make that your identity. Live your life. Be the best person that you can be. Be charitable. Give to others if you can. And if you can't, don't even worry about it. But you don't need to virtue signal that shit either. Take care of yourself. Take care of your community. And the rest, it's the American dream. The rest will come through. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to say for tonight. Ray, any final words, anything where we can follow you on Twitter? You want to plug anything, do it to it. Now's the time.
Twitter at Jules Winfeld, twitch.tv/Jules Winfeld. I get on there every once in a while. I actually got on there the last couple of days and has a lot of fun. I try and interact with the chat. So if you guys happen to stop by, I appreciate it. I like to talk to people. Like I said, I work in the metal fabrication industry, or used to. And so I do a lot of things like handrails. I was playing Hitman 2 and like being like, they wouldn't fucking build that like that. And like, so it's not necessarily just watching me play games and being bored. It's like, we're getting into like all sorts of funny shit and like why things don't work in games. And I don't know. It's funny. It's not just sitting there watching somebody play a game and, you're like, what the fuck is it? Like I could play a game instead. But yeah, if you guys want to stop by us, that's cool. If not, I don't really care.
No, you have to care.
Mostly, I don't really get too much. Sorry. Yeah, I care immensely.
Fucking get in that Twitch
It's
stream.
my life. It's my life.
It's my life.
I need more money and donate money.
Never.
Donate so much money.
Yes. It was twitch.tv/Jules Woodfeld.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
Great. I was thinking I got GTA 5 now. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know that I'd be too interested in streaming, but the possibilities there. I'll talk to Randy. All right. So follow at Rich Dickman Show on Twitter, at Ryan TRDS. Follow my mom at Rem_mama. Make sure you follow at Jules Winfeld as well. Let's get him past 100 followers. You can follow me on Twitter at Remgar, REMGHAR, and you can follow Huel at Wow Huelhauser and tell him to stop being a big pussy and get his ass back to work. Because pneumonia is fucking bullshit. All right. I think he's faking it because he just doesn't want to record. All right. But we'll see. We'll see how it is. If he has pneumonia, how is he supposed to smoke all that weed? Right? How's he supposed to smoke weed? Okay. Anyways. Rich Dickman, what's our website? richdickman.com.
Yes.
richdickman.com. And our episodes release, every weekend, usually Sunday at midnight. Svensson, thank you for your graphic and your dick of the week. And, let's see, who else do I have to thank? Do I thank anybody else? Oh, Randy. At Sir Zero, SIRZEROE. follow at Sir Zero. That's Randy. And he is the mastermind behind last week's best of episode. So again, thank you, Randy. A big shout out to you. Big ups, homie. You the man.
Yeah, he killed it. He did
killed
amazing.
it.
I tried to tell him that a bunch of times, but for real, he did awesome.
He did great. He's got a lot of great ideas, and we'll see where we can take the show in 2019. All right, so support the show. Again, as I said just a few minutes ago, tell a friend. Tell a friend to download the show, listen to it, see if they like it, and if they do, awesome. Huel is one of a kind. I'm sorry that Ray and I cannot match up to the level of Huel, but we do our best. We try. And Ray brought it today, and the unexpected guest that he had was
yes.
fantastic.
I had to bring in reinforcements.
Yes.
I still can't live up to Huel's level, but
no,
even with the reinforcements. But
and real quick, if you didn't know, there is a lot of sexy content on YouTube. I don't know how I came about it on the Rich Dickman YouTube account, but I've got women trying on their Victoria's Secret hauls, walking around in thongs in Copacabana Beach, visiting.
I've seen that.
Yeah, this is weird and slightly incredible. A lot of times the video preview doesn't match the actual video, but that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. All right.
There's a couple other brands. There's a couple other brands if you search for the try-on hauls. They're actually pretty good. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I can text you those. Wink.
and if you are into what I'm into, large hips and asses, you're going to be doing pretty well on YouTube. Anyways, all right.
Hey, can I just say this? Okay, if you like big women, that just has to mean you have a huge dick, right? I mean, you can't, like, if you want to get from behind a girl, you can't reach it if you got a small one.
Listen,
I'm just saying, this
Ray,
is you humble bragging.
Ray, I got to throw it over my shoulder when I'm walking down the street. All right. I wouldn't be hosting this podcast if it was anything less than 13 inches. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'll say this. I in college, we had the community showers and people on campus knew who I was. I'll say that much.
Hell yeah, Ray. See, Rich Dickman, all right, and that's his real name, Rich Dickman, would not have asked us to host this podcast if we weren't there to represent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If
If you don't have the elephant trunk, I mean, you're not invited to my party.
Goddamn right. All right. Good night, everybody.
Peace. Can I tell you my funny Trump inauguration story?
Yeah.
So someone, let me think. I'll just say one of my in-laws. I'll say that because they are very into politics. I had to, regardless that they're a Facebook friend. I stopped following them or seeing their posts because all it was complaining about Trump. And again, like, I get it. People have opinions. It's, some of them might be valid, whatever. But at some point, it's like,
shit gets
that's
old.
Literally all you're saying. Like, do something else, right?
Yeah.
So this person was the whole election night election night. Sorry, not inauguration, but election night. Posting this, posting that, posting this, posting that. The last thing they posted said something along the lines of, well, I have to go to bed now because I have a job, unlike the rest of you that voted for Trump. Something along those lines. Come to find out, the person that's not my in-law that is married to that person, I said, hey, how are they doing? They were pretty upset. And they said, well, that person called in sick because they drank a little bit too much the night before.
Of course. Of course they did.
So they're like, oh, I gotta go to bed because I got a job unlike you guys.
Yeah.
Calls in sick the next day.